Hello, line 4. Good evening.
Good evening, Gay.
Yes.
Pat Cox, MEP here.
Oh, hello, Pat Cox.
I'm sorry that I'm suffering, or I'm hopefully coming out of a dose of laryngitis.
I hear that.
I've just come in the door to my home from Strasbourg, having spent a full week out there since last Sunday night.
And there's P. Flynn on the Late Late.
And Shin Dear okay. Could have thought to a P.
Very good, Pat. And I want to take... Sorry, you're going to say something, Pat?
He was, yes.
Because I want to say about Pat Cox, he greatly enhanced his reputation during the last few weeks. He was the one who put down the first resolution naming the 2 commissioners that Gay referred to, OK? But he never had it as part of his strategy. And you're listening into this, Pat, so you can say it's right or wrong. I believe that you never had as a part of your strategy to sack the commission as a whole, or indeed to sack individual commissioners. What you wanted to do was to get a situation where in the future the possibility would be created in the next treaty arrangement that it would be possible to have individual accountability by individual commissioners.
Laryngite to us, Pat. What do you say to that?
Bottom line on this, Gay.
Yeah.
Europe is getting, as we know, because we keep reading it every day about the tax breaks and the various other issues going on, more and more intrusive into the day-to-day life of people in Ireland.
It certainly is.
It's becoming more and more what I might call governmental in our day-to-day lives in its influence.
Yes.
As it does that, it must, for Europe, do what we do here already with the Dáil in Ireland, with Westminster, with the House of Commons and so on, with the Assemblée Nationale in France, and that is take the executive being P. Flynn and the commissioners in this case, and hold them accountable to public accountability,
yes,
before the bar of public accountability and democratic control, which is a democratically elected parliament. This week marks a sea change in the relationship between the parliament and the commission. Why? Because this week the parliament empowered itself, not because it's in the treaty, and Padraig Flynn is right, but because it's in our mind that Europe has become so politically important, that the commissioners have so much political power, that gone is the day when the commissioners can hide behind the shield of the treaty, which says they have collegiate or collective responsibility. When everyone is responsible, no one is responsible.
That's right.
In politics, and I don't know, was it FDR or who it was said in the United States, the buck must stop somewhere. You can't have buck passing. That's what bureaucrats do. In politics, you need accountability. My group, the Parliament, this week, put down a marker. If you believe that Europe is becoming more political, whatever its constitutional finality, if you believe that Europe deserves to be treated in a serious political way, if you believe, as I believe, that Padraig Flynn and his colleagues in the Commission are a powerful, important political body, and not merely, as Margaret Thatcher used to dismiss them, as appointed bureaucrats, then as politicians,
they must be controlled.
Must stop with them. They must be accountable before the bar of public accountability in a parliament on the record, and the rot of irregularity, of mismanagement and of fraud, which, by the way, and Padraig has said right, on the record of the House, as a man who named names, yeah, and who invited the 2 named people in the Commission to sit in my group with me, who looked them eye to Madame Edith Cresson, eye to Commissioner Manuel Marin. I told them, and Padraig knows this, I was not, my group was not, the Parliament was not accusing them individually and personally of corruption,
right,
or fraud. But what we did say, and this is the important point of this week, when you are in charge, when you have the privilege for the citizens of Europe of managing European affairs, you personally should be politically accountable
and
in a democratic way for your stewardship. That's the bottom line of this week. It's good for Europe, for the Commission, for the Parliament, for democracy, for people, for the taxpayer. I'm proud that the Parliament said to the Commission, we treat you seriously as a political body. I'm proud that the Parliament shook the cage and said to the Commissioners, to hell with this notion of the shield of collectivity. I said for
very
my
good,
group,
Pat. I have to leave you there, Pat. For a fellow with laryngitis, you're doing very well.
Could I just say one thing to Pat?
Say one thing to Pat.
All right.
Say one thing to Pat there, yeah.
Pat, I have no difficulty with what you say about being accountable. That's not a problem for me at all. And as you quite rightly say, it is not provided for in that way just now in the treaty. So consequently, you either sack the lot of us or you can't sack us individually.